Good evening. I'm Fred Weis with Arcata1.com. You have received my written comments, which I stand behind. I encourage you to look at them on my website rather than the PDF because it'll be more updated there. There's over 70 pages of comments. The typos are the smallest issue. When I looked at the Gateway Code, I had no intention of writing 70 or 80 pages of comments, but the more I looked, the more I saw, the worse it got. I concentrated on things that hadn't been discussed, that I thought were worthy of being discussed. Last night I realized that there are things that you have discussed that are not in the code. Today I wrote an article I encourage you to read about the street-facing garages, which I think you probably remember. You talked about this. On my article, I have the videos and I have the transcript of what you actually said. It has not changed from the first draft or the second draft or the third draft. It says the same thing. How many instances are there like this? I think dozens. And that'll be my next task. You can do what you want, obviously. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I assure you that if you recommend this current code, you're recommending not what the commission wants. You know that there's no mention of the L Street corridor, linear park. There's no protection from tall buildings from linear park. I don't think that's what the commission wants. That's up to you. I also think that if it is recommended in its current form, the three-person city council is not going to be able to approve it. And that's a concern for me because I want to see this thing done. I can answer any questions. I've become much more knowledgeable about the Gateway Code in the last 2 weeks than I ever thought I'd be. The only difference between the second draft and the third draft are the addition of those 3D images and a 2-line text that refers to the images. There happens to be, in those 2 lines, a typo. The whole document seems sloppy. If one of the purposes of form-based code is to use the illustrations to show what the intent of the code is. Many of the illustrations are wrong. They show distances that are wrong. They're holdovers from the first draft where things have changed. I respectfully disagree with the community development director on many of the things he said. It should just be a better code. There's going to be problems. The typos are not the issue. It's the larger issues. As you know, I made a guide because the original was too big. I hope you've seen it. There's about 15 items that I think are the major issues. We can go from there. Thanks.
Thanks for your comments. Does anybody else in the audience care to speak this evening? Anybody waiting online?